Lift you, and we're so grateful. We're so grateful for you. Let's see, I'm wondering, I think I want the last word, so you go ahead, please.
As I said, I had to write stuff out. First of all, I want to say thank you so much for your willingness to come here this morning and to listen to some funny words maybe. But I want to thank you especially for your friendship. It has meant a lot to me over the years to be able to come in your home or call you on the phone and know that I'm talking, to a friend and not necessarily a church member. And that the last 20 years have just been wonderful. It's been a real blessing to me, and I thank you for allowing me to minister to you when there was a need, and also for the times that we were able to share laughter and have a good time. But helping me become a part of your family has meant especially to me, not as a pastor of the church, but as a friend of the family who may have needed some help. And I thank you so much for that. We'll let you know that I'll still be around. Unless the pastor says I have to leave the church, I still will be here. I still hope to be able to do some of my ministry and continue with some of the contacts. And so don't hesitate to call if you need to. But I also want to let you know that I'm trying to, since I don't have a job now, I'm looking at some additional ways to make revenue. And so I have set up a program where if anybody's having a birthday party and you need a singer, I've got myself out for that. So just give me a call. I haven't come up with a price list yet, but I will do that soon. But thank you all so much. I want to thank the decorating committee, the personnel committee, the staff. This staff has just been wonderful. I don't know how I can say enough about the staff we have here at First Baptist Church. The love they have for the members, the love they have for each other, and the love we have as our staff meetings. And it's a type of relationship that if I don't like something somebody's saying or doing, I can say that in a loving way, and it would be accepted in the proper way, and not somebody getting mad because I didn't agree with them. So we're very blessed to have those people here within our church family. And thank you so much. And also thank the Compassion Ministry. I'm not sure what the group was that's planning on the refreshments and paying hall, but thank you also for that.
I'm going to invite.
I guess I don't get to say that.
Well, I'm going to invite Jane and Rob and Diane. Y'all can go on ahead back down, but you stay here just for a minute.
Okay.
Y'all have heard what I have to say about Walter in writing over the last month and a couple of things. But I would like to simply say, I've gotten to see you do some amazing things. I've gotten to see you, I look out there, I've got to see you baptize Michael. I got to see you stand with people at the cemetery. I got to see you on Taylor's ordination council and as a part of that service. Got to see you do remarkable ministry. I got to hear you talk on the phone when I'm riding in your truck with Scott and with Lisa. I got to learn what each ringtone meant for your folks. I got to see you have hard conversations with people. I got to see how you handle yourself. I got to hear about your police exploits and how those have built a heart of compassion in you for people outside the walls of a church building. I have learned so much from you.
Goes this way too.
Yeah. And I am really, really grateful.
Yeah, thank you so much, brother.
I love you. So in the interest of two things, number one, Walter would not like it if I made a sermon about him and sprinkled some Jesus in there. That would not be what Walter would want. So that's not what I'm going to do. The other thing is I would weep my way through it. So that's not something I'm going to do. So I'm going to preach the lectionary text from this week, and there may be a couple of Walter stories or things dropped in. So I hope that's okay. Let's start with Walter's favorite movie, The Matrix. Actually, I don't even know if he's seen it. I just wanted to say that. I thought that was pretty funny. The Matrix came out in 1999, and whether it's your type of movie or not, the basic premise of this movie was fascinating. Besides the graphics and some of the CGI and some of those things that really made it an epic-shaping film, the premise was fascinating. The idea that the real world was not real. It was a construct that we all lived in. And that construct allowed the machines to be in charge and keep human beings from seeing what was really going on. Their subjugation. That's the basic premise of the movie, and what happens is in the movie, someone gets broken out into the real world. And then they realize that many other folks have been broken out into the real world. But then they start looking in the real world and they realize the real world is no picnic. It's dangerous. Humans travel in sewers underground because the surface world has become uninhabitable. There's only one human city left, and the complex amino acid mixture that passes for food, everything the body needs, the movie says. Well, y'all, I'm sorry for the lack of decorum, but it looked like snot. That's really what was going on. Y'all have seen the movie. Tell me I'm right, aren't I? Okay. Has anybody seen the movie? Okay. All right. There you go. Thank you. It's not surprising then that one person in the movie said, you know what? I'd rather live in the non-real world because it feels better than reality. And I bring that up because many times we spend our lives crafting a world that looks better and feels better so that we don't have to actually cope with reality. We are prone, too, to trading what is real for what we'd prefer reality to look like. That's why we spend so much time in impression management, making sure we look right, act right, dress right, talk right, earn right. That's why we spend so much time at church making sure that people see our best impression rather than seeing our real rough places. One of the things that I love most about Walter is Walter's real. He's one you trust with your rough places. He's one you trust with the real you. Unfortunately, what we often put forward as Christians as real faith has more in common with our culture than it does with the kingdom of God. We trade real faith and real life for a life that looks together and pretty and acceptable. And we do everything we can to make sure everyone knows we're successful, instead of noticing that we hurt, that we feel weak, that we feel broken. Romans 12, our lectionary text for the day, starting with verse 9, powerful words. Love must be sincere. Love must be real. Hate what is evil. Cling to what is good. Be devoted to one another in love. Honor one another above yourselves. Never be lacking in zeal, but keep your spiritual fervor, serving the Lord. Be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer. Share with the Lord's people who are in need. Practice hospitality. Many translations say, practice hospitality to strangers. Bless those who persecute you. Bless and do not curse. Rejoice with those who rejoice. Mourn with those who mourn. Live in harmony with one another. Do not be proud, but willing to associate with people of low position. Do not be conceited. It's tempting to read these verses 9 through 16, as a list of 21 exhortations that Paul gives to the Christians in Rome, a place at the point of the writing he hadn't been. We like lists like this. We like the rhythm and the power such a list conveys. That's why lists are so popular. Whether it comes to all the things we need to know that we learned in kindergarten, the list of rules and expectations for joining the social organization or the neighborhood pool, or even the 10 Commandments, that list of Old Testament moral expectations that some want to put up in our classrooms. We think if people just know the list, if they just follow the list, we'll have the baseline of morality and relationship